I'm joined in the studio by two amazing people, creatives, directors, producers. Oh my goodness, my blood is like boiling right now because I'm like so excited. Good morning, Tarirowashe.
Good morning, Marissa. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Stephen Chikosi.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Thanks
lovely,
for having me.
lovely to have you on the show.
Yeah, nice
I was saying to Steve just now that I know your brothers. They all look the same. So good morning to you, Joe and Joel. I'm with your brother on the show. just saying.
That's
now, we are here today because there's this. I watched the trailer of this new movie that you guys directed and produced.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. You know, I love movies like that. Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, how on earth did this beautiful piece come together? Because it looks like a lot of work got into it. Yeah. But before we get into it, I want to ask you, Tari, what does Alkebulan mean?
Good question. So I'll just first go to where the name comes from. Okay. So it's really one of the more the earlier names for Africa, for the continent Africa. Right. Yeah. So it's of Arabic origins, and it was a name that the Carthaginians, the Nubians, and the Moors used. It basically means, it's got different meanings, but like the Garden of Eden, the cradle of humanity, it just talks about the origins of who Africa is and what Africa is.
Right. Because yeah. I did see that on the trailer. You know, it's starting like, you know, it's kind of discovering what that is. And even when I was doing some research on it, there's a lot of other Alkebulan little short stories or movies or documentaries on that as well. Now tell me, how did you come up with this idea? Where did it originate from? Like?
It really actually came from me just being frustrated by the way Hollywood portrays Africa in movies, and then getting tired of being frustrated. I thought, do something about it. Yeah. And I thought it would be great to have like collaborations across the continent. So this film is the first of like a series of films, and it's a collaboration between Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Senegal. But each film will have different countries collaborating.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fantastic. Now, you've been in this industry, Stephen. Maybe I'll ask this to you. You've been in this movie industry for a while, I take it. What should people know about what's happening in the Zimbabwean film industry?
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's, there's a lot happening. Okay. Yes, and we are building an industry, obviously. So it's definitely people putting in work, but I feel like there's a lot more collaboration that needs to happen to amplify the efforts of everybody. Okay. But out there you get pockets of brilliance, people are doing stuff, and yeah, I think the more we collaborate with the rest of the region, with ourselves, and you know, we become a formidable body, we can do more, and we can be more visible. Yeah.
Obviously it takes, I mean, when you're saying, you're talking of collaboration, within countries, forget about collaborating with the people in Zimbabwe alone. That takes a lot of work. Just trying to get people in Senegal, trying to get people in Rwanda, Uganda, Zimbabwe come together to make this. What was your process of coming up with, hey, we got auditions for this, or did you have a set target cast that you had for Alkebulan?
What we did is that we wanted, at least with the main characters, would have representation from each country. Okay. So that was for some of the more prominent characters. We wanted to make sure that everyone was represented. And then while you're going through that process, you can see the different talent that's in the country, and you kind of fill in the other rules. Okay. But yeah, ultimately we wanted to be a collaboration.
Yeah. And how long did it take for you to get the countries together and this done?
I think from developmental stage, so development started in 2021. So it's been since then.
3 years.
Yes.
And you have to have a lot of patience and passion for what you do.
Definitely passion, because there was a lot of blood, sweat and tears, many tears.
Wow.
But yeah, it's really exciting to actually see the end in line.
Yeah. And obviously doing a film of this magnitude, finances. I mean, just watching the little bit that I watched with, you know, how you've orchestrated the whole thing. Finances, how do we come up? Look, for people who say, oh, in Zimbabwe, it was Zimbabwe. Do you know what I mean? We hear movies, box office at 30 million. How did you come about getting financing for this project?
So I think what most important is first starting with the end in mind, knowing where your distribution is going to come from.
That's
so
good.
once you know where you're going to take it, it's so much easier to bring people on board and to partner. One of our main partners is Visit Rwanda. I think also there needs to be like an education of just, I guess, on the continent, the potential that film has in contributing to the GDP of countries. You see with like, so Visit Rwanda came on board because they saw the value that film brings to showcasing their country, showcasing their tourism. So there's different ways, and even just I know right now National Arts Council is working on a film strategy for the country, and they've gotten filmmakers together and just doing that, educating the nation and potential funders of the money that film can bring
into the country. This is good. Like, you are a director, okay, and kind of directing a movie like this. I do scenes of I do see some scenes of, you know, like The Matrix, or, you know, like flashing of the eyes or moving. How do you direct that? How does that come about?
Again, collaboration.
Collaboration is key in this whole equation.
Because you know, as a director, your job is simply to, you know, associate, you know, yourself with talent,
right,
and, you know, direct them into getting that, bringing that script to life. You know, so and, you know, like, we worked with a lot of great talent, from all over the continent.
From actors to special effects, gurus.
Yes,
exactly. And even with post, we have a production partner who came in, very talented. It's called Shunirai Gonora. He comes in with a lot of experience. He came in, you know, brings in his expertise and things like that. So it brings about, you know, what you get to see.
Right. And Tari, I heard you mention that, you know, you were frustrated with how people portray Zimbabwe. Now, through this movie, I'll probably ask both of you on your different perspective. What were you hoping to achieve? How the Western world, or how other people view Zimbabwe? How will we see Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Africa through the movie that you've just made?
I think first and foremost, I think for me it's more for ourselves in terms of Africa and African filmmakers. I would love for filmmakers to embrace telling our stories authentically and using our own voice, because I feel like there's a lot of films as well, you know, African filmmakers where we try and bring Hollywood to Africa, but I would love for this film to encourage filmmakers to have authentic African voices.
Right, right. And for you?
Yeah, I think it's this thing that I'm looking forward to people seeing themselves represented in different ways.
Right.
You know, that the African story is not linear, but it has, you know, different versions of it. You know, and so hopefully each and everyone can see themselves through the struggles portrayed in the film, to the victories, to the triumphs, and all that.
That's excellent. Now, look, Zimbabwe is coming up. I mean, the whole film industry is really now coming up.
Yes.
I mean, I'm only seeing that now. I know that, you know, over the years, because I know you've done Gonarejo, you've also done Sun.
Yeah,
that story of
Nehanda.
Yes. And you've done all of that. Now, coming from where you your journey to where we are now, and to where we're going to be 10 years from now, where are we in the Zimbabwe film space? Your experiences from back then
from
to
the
now.
past, I definitely think that there's been growth. The mere fact that both the government through National Arts Council has put National Arts Council has been mandated to bring up the strategy and to create a film studio. I think there's a lot of buy-in and intentionality in building the industry. I think, again, collaboration is definitely key. I think upskilling talent is also definitely necessary. So one of the things that we try to do with Alkebulan is that as we have professionals who have lots of experience from different countries, we're able to intern and to give mentorship to younger talent.
Okay. And your view?
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with what she just said. We definitely need to create these opportunities for those that have the talent to spread to the younger generation, and that will definitely strengthen our industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, like, speaking of, like, actors, you know, like, even your casting processes and stuff, when does it start? Like, for me, in my mind, I'm thinking, do you go into schools to kind of say, hey, you know what, if you want to be an actor at a later stage, this is where you'd come, or this is how you would do it? I mean, how have you made awareness that, hey, people can actually know? Because I want to act, but there's no, how would I know what to do? And is it on Facebook, or what should I know? What handle should I look at to get into that space?
So, well, actually, it's brilliant that you asked that question, because one of the strategies that we're looking at now is getting schools to actually watch the movie. So to get corporates to get to sponsor schools, because I feel like you know, we need to broaden the minds of students in terms of what career options there are. So even if it's not just necessarily that you're going to be an actor or behind the camera, director, producer, there's so many other things. Like, we need people who are good with their hands, makeup artists, craftsmen to build stages. So from that perspective, we're trying to get children educated to the different opportunities that are in film. And then with regards to casting, what we do is we just do like casting calls when we're in the part where we're looking for cast and talent. For now, like, for my production company is Mesumaviri, so you can find information on the next production, and there will be more productions coming out. So do follow Mesumaviri, both on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, for information on the next call. On the next call, hey. And where do we find you? Are you in the same company? Or no, you work independently?
Oh, you can find me online, Stephen Chikosi.
Stephen Chikosi.
Yes.
That's on all your social media handles?
Yes.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, for you, the question that I'll ask just before we wrap up is, we want Zimbabwe to be the next Hollywood. How close are we to getting to that, from your perspective of where we are now?
Okay, that's good. I think I like the fact that you didn't call it Zollywood.
Okay.
Like tend to, because it's in that there's an answer to the question that, you know, Zimbabwean film space is different. It's original, and it's unique in its own self. So I think with efforts like this, we'll definitely get there when we start to highlight films and support films. It's a collective effort, and now that we have buy-in from government, from Arts Council, that is what will get us closer.
Will drive us. Yes. So we are on a moving bus.
Right. Yes,
we're not on a stationary one.
Exactly.
We're definitely on a moving bus. Now, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Rush, and for making us aware of this beautiful Alkebulan. When is it coming out? Where do we find it? How do we watch it?
So we're premiering next week, the 25th of September. Yes. 25th of September. 25th of September, 7 Arts. You can find tickets at Tech Tools at 7 in Avondale.
Okay. Yes. 7 Arts on the 25th of September. Alkebulan will be premiering, and you can buy your tickets at Tech Tools. How much is a ticket?
We have $50 ticket and a $30 ticket. We had a $100 ticket, but that's sold out.
Sold out. Wow,
sold out,
goodness. It's going to be a full house. It's going to be a full house. Excellent. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining us. Thank you so much, Tari, for joining us. Hopefully, I will be also acting soon in the next things to come. I will look for you on your social media handles, and we can get that boat going. Right. Thank you so much for watching this fantastic interview. And you can find the trailer of the Alkebulan on YouTube. Go and have a look at it and really get yourself excited for the 25th of September. That's all we have for the first hour of Morning Rush. Don't go away. We will be right back.
A name not given by us, the people of the land itself. We call ourselves the Garden of Eden, the cradle of mankind.
We larger than the activate. Come alive, hold your head up, walk with pride. Remember the descendants of giants. We come from abundance and never deny it. Activate, come alive. It's your destiny, I promise you a light. Remember, descendants of giants. We come from abundance and never deny it. Activate, Alkebulan. Activate, Alkebulan.
We are Alkebulan.
Konapo, Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.